Hey guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gio and I'm here for the match preview of tomorrow's fixture between AC Milan and Napoli that will kick off at 8:45 p.m. Italian time from the San Siro, and it's going to be obviously a very big match between these two teams. Every time they play each other, we all know that the fans are in for a great spectacle. Now, both of these teams are tied on 9 points. Milan, of course, want to bounce back after that defeat that they picked up last weekend against Genoa at the Luigi Ferraris. And in all circumstances, that was a very poor performance from Milan, and they definitely want to do better this time around against Napoli, which are a team that is obviously stronger than Genoa, but Milan need to understand the conditions of this match and how it could impact their morale and also for the standings, as Milan are in need of wins. And so far it's been once again a very inconsistent season, like we've seen in the past few years, where Milan will pick up a win, then they will pick up a loss, and you could tell that by the record itself, as Milan have picked up so far 3 wins and 3 losses. So very inconsistent, and they're gonna have to try and find some way or another to beat this pretty good Napoli side, as they're undefeated in their last 5 games. They've also picked up a big win last week against Juventus, and they definitely want to build on that result in the Serie A. And even though it's been kind of a slow start for them and they've been undefeated in 5 games, they picked up way too many ties so far. So they're going to want to continue and get some more wins to, of course, climb the standings early on in the season. Of course, Napoli, as I've mentioned, they have several threats up front. I'm pretty sure they don't need any introduction. But the Serie A is not the only place where they're doing good, because they're also doing quite well in the Europa League. They picked up very good results against tough teams, like I mentioned, Juventus, Lazio, where they absolutely demolished them. So it's not going to be a very easy match, or an easy match at all, for Milan tomorrow. And as I said, they're going to have to try and find a way to beat this Napoli side. But overall, I'm expecting a very tough match altogether. And not only for Milan, I think Napoli is going to have trouble too. Even though, once again, they're doing quite well on form, they're inconsistent as well, where they could have very good matches and then completely fall apart. So tomorrow's match, it's going to be one of those where anything could happen, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case in a tight match. But without further ado, guys, let's take a look at the probable starting 11 that Milan may field against Napoli. And there are some players that are coming back, so let's take a look at it. And we'll start off once again with Diego Lopez in net. Back 4 will be made up of De Sciglio, Zapata, Rodrigo Eli, and Antonelli. So, of course, as you could tell there are 2 major changes in that defense. Rodrigo Eli replacing the suspended Romagnoli as a center back. Antonelli finally returning from injury. He will be playing on the left, and De Sciglio will once again finally go back to his right back role, where in the recent games, I think the last 4 or 5 games, he's been playing at the left. So let's see if De Sciglio could do better on the right side. As for the midfield, once again, there are some questions that could be asked, and it's the exclusion of De Jong. As you can see here, Montoli was expected to start in the middle with Bertolacci on the left and Kučka on the right, as he's expected to be replacing De Jong. Is this a good move or not? Personally, I find Kučka has been really impressing the fans so far this season, and I do think that he deserves a shot, as De Jong, even though he's good at recovering balls and stuff, he didn't have the best of starts, I have to say. He kind of slows down the play, so I want to see what Kučka could do. And I think in a match against Napoli, it's very important to have a player like Kučka. But up to now, it's still uncertain whether De Jong or Kučka will start. But whatever the case is, I am pretty sure that player will do quite well. Up front, Bonaventura will once again get the start as the trequartista. I mentioned it several times. I liked Bonaventura as a trequartista, but last game he really didn't do much, and I said that I would have preferred him in the midfield. So we'll see what he could do this time around. It's against a tougher opponent like Napoli. So let's see, and let's give another chance to Bonaventura as a trequartista role. And up front, finally, the Luis Adriano Bacca duo. is back after several changes from Mihajlovic, where either Luis Adriano or Bacca were excluded from this lineup. They're finally back together, and that is a good sign to see, because they started those first games together, and even though they didn't really start clicking from the first second, we have to say that Bacca did score most of his goals when he was playing with Luis Adriano, and I think they do have a chemistry altogether that could work pretty well. Now Balotelli, I heard that he's injured, and I don't think he's making the trip for this match. Therefore, Balotelli won't be featuring, and it's a shame for him, but obviously we hope that he recovers quite soon. After looking at this lineup, I have to say that I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing in the defense, especially because Antonelli, of course, is my preferred fullback, as you guys may know. I think that Antonelli has definitely a lot to demonstrate to everyone, and he has to show that he's there to earn his starting spot, because Antonelli is one of our best fullbacks, I have to say. And even though I liked Antonelli with Calabria on the sides, of course, De Gio's going to get the priority there on the right. So we'll see what happens. And also Rodrigo Eli, I'm happy he's getting another chance after that suspension where he picked up in the first match against Fiorentina. He's had a very positive preseason. We all know that. So I want to see what Eli's going to do this time around, and hopefully do very well with Zapata, which Zapata, you know, he has his ups and downs, but I'm not going to go into that. Let's just hope we have a solid match altogether and pick up those 3 points. On that note, guys, this concludes today's match preview of tomorrow's fixture between AC Milan and Napoli. Once again, kickoff time is at 8:45 p.m. Italian time. And of course, guys, don't forget that you can send in your fan videos. Just make sure to check out the description below in order to find out how to do that. And if you guys are attending the game, make sure you guys send us some videos from the stadium. If you guys want to do some fan interviews, some fan reactions, if you're not quite sure about that as well, make sure to check out the videos on the channel, because there's plenty of examples. And I do know that we're going to have some fan reactions tomorrow, possibly from the San Siro, as well as Milan Club Philly once again. So make sure to subscribe as well to Rossoneri TV to not miss on any content that we will be publishing for you guys, and to stay updated with everything AC Milan. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. This has been Joe from Rossoneri TV, signing off, and as always, Forza Milan. It seems that Milan won't be signing him in January once the January transfer window opens. Several sources are mentioning that Milan already has too many attacking options, and he simply won't have any space to fill.